What's up, everybody? Season 2 has just dropped. So here are the Warzone uh, patch notes or whatever. Here are the launch notes. What are they called? Patch notes for Warzone for Season 2. Let's just going to briefly go over some of this stuff here. Obviously, there's a handful of events coming. One is starting the Horde Hunt, which I believe that is launched today. And then the other one's Year of the Dragon in the season. Cryptid Boot Camp is in season. The Walking Dead Fear the Living is in season. Vortex DK's Realm is in season, and another Dune event is in season. And then there's the Battle Pass, of course, and then of course Fortune's Keep is back. Everybody, I don't know about everybody's favorite, but it's one of mine. So Fortune's Keep is back, and this newly revamped with new POIs. There's extendable bridges. You can go inside. All types of stuff is new on Fortune's Keep as well. Plus, that is also introducing the Ranked Resurgence map. So it's going to be pretty awesome. You know, all the new points of interest in, the original ones, of course. So here's Warzone Ranked Resurgence, and this is supposed to launch at some point within the window of launch. So I don't know if it'll be today. It seems that Call of Duty has been having some hiccups already. So we'll see when this launches. But of course, it's going to be, you have to be a level 55 to play it. It's in trios. And of course, there's a bunch of other things that are restricted, and so riot shields are restricted, yay, and some other things. So you'll be sure to go over this before you start playing ranked, and check out your loadout. So it'll tell you what you can't use. But we can look at it real quick. So the ranked, the riot shields are out. All the launchers are out. The shotguns, the broadside, the guardian, the haymaker, and the riveter. Those are all out. In the attachments of the snake shot, no dragon's breath, no high explosive rounds, and no thermals, no flamethrowers, and then the trigger action. So no maelstrom dual trigger. So a lot of the things that are like become broken metas within the Warzone are obviously they just disable them. No bird's eye perk. And the comms vest, you can't use that as well. And no turreted vehicles. And here's the SR as well. I believe a lot of this is based off of kills and placements. So you want to be sure how you and your team go about doing this. I have not really played ranked in a long time, so I'm not going to speak on all of this stuff here. But ranked is a big thing. There's a lot of stuff, and I will be trying it out this time around now with Resurgence. But I think Resurgence ranked is. Sounds good to me. And then all the rewards for it, the season rewards, the end of the season rewards, rank rewards, all the calling cards, blueprints, weapon decals, and the operators as well. And the playlist we're going to get is, obviously the Fortune's Keep trios for ranked, Battle Resurgence, Battle Royale, solos, duos, trios. Resurgence is just going to be Fortune's Keep for a week, so it's going to be solos, duos, trios, and quads. And then Plunder. It looks like they took out Lockdown. And then on the 15th, we're going to get Fortune's Keep trios for ranked. Battle Royale, all four. A Resurgence, Fortune's Keep solos, duos, trios, and quads. And then we're going to get Vondel Park again for quads. And then we'll get Lockdown again and Vondel. It sounds like they made some audio. Looks like they made audio improvements for audible distance and volume increase for ascenders, so you can hear people coming up. Parachute audible distance and volume increase, so you can hear people shooting in. That's good. Removed environmental sounds that could be misconstrued as parachutes. Interesting. Reduced enemy parachute occlusion while firing a weapon. Enemy redeploy drone. Players will now hear the intended VO when enemies are landing in their vicinity after using okay, so interesting. So if you use a redeploy, it's going to tell people that you're coming in, as opposed to it just didn't before you could surprise people. So what they're using now is all new, all modes, all maps. This is what this is, and there's going to be a new public event called the Rogue Signal. A match-wide public event that pits players against one another for 90 seconds to be the best at a specific task, i.e. looting, getting most kills, dealing most damage, And the top 3 teams are rewarded with cash XP and the location of a special reward cache that holds a powerful wonder weapon. Very interesting, very cool. Will be kind of interesting to see how that plays out. Somebody running around with a wonder weapon, but well, guess we'll see. Resurgence for all maps, you're gonna get squad wipe streak, so you can add skull and sickles. Will be up in the icons, and then you'll be able to progress through there. And there are rewards for this. I believe a coin card and emblem reward as well for the milestones throughout getting these squad wipes. So that's just something to work towards as well. And then, of course, for Resurgence for Fortune's Keep, there's eradication contract for the zombie nest for people who played zombies. You know what those are. And then, of course, looks like there's HVTs in there as well. And then there's going to be zombie power-ups and new power mechanics. So you can get double points, double plunder from ground loot and kills. That's interesting. Full armor, instant buff, fully fills your active armor slots on pickup. Max ammo, instant buff, fully fills your all carried weapons on pickup. A fire sale, 90-second duration, reduces the price of all shops for a small amount of time. Wonder if that. I assume this is just works for your squad. Looting spree, a 60-second duration, add bonus items to caches with a very high chance of a bonus common item and a small but significant chance of an additional legendary item. Very interesting, very cool. Zarkor, 60-second duration, increases movement speed by around 10% with infinite tactical sprint and reloading while sprinting, and disables fall damage. Very cool. And then Undead Sight, 45-second duration. Operators or AI enemies within the range of your vision are highlighted red, and friendly squad mates are blue. Tracker footsteps are active. So some of these are going to be a pain in the butt for other people. I just can't wait to see how that plays out. Okay, so these are adjusted features. The health regen per second has been increased to 50, up from 40. So, and the speed in which the time after take damage has been increased to 6 seconds, down from 7. So basically, you're gonna get your health back faster. I believe it used to be 7.7 seconds from 1 HP to 150. It's now 5 seconds. So that's pretty significant. Remember that when you down somebody and you go for the push, they're going to be able to recoup a little bit faster. Ground loot weapon builds have been updated in the ground loot. So this is just of course with the new seasons and stuff, ground loot is going to be changed up. So, and they removed several Modern Warfare 2 weapons and those that came defaulted to burst fire. Thank you. The danger zone tac map notification. So this is for airstrike. So a precision airstrike comes in, you're gonna know. And an icon has been added to the tac map to show the danger zone of incoming precision airstrike. Players in this area are at risk of doing damage. And now, precision airstrike banner radius. Alongside the above, the distance at which players see the existing warning banner has. So they're basically trying to make it so you're fully aware that a precision airstrike is coming in. And then the tac map notification is a small symbol, a small thing that shows you the direction it's coming. So that's going to be very cool. Let's see if I can find that real quick. And so here's a quick video of how this looks. When it's coming in. So this is your tac map, and then a precision airstrike shows you the direction it's coming and the radius is coming in through. So now there's no more, where's it coming from? Where's it coming? Everybody scatters and stuff, or goes and hides in the bathroom. You kind of know where it's coming from, and you can adjust from there. So that's pretty cool. That's I like that addition. Definitely needed that, The UAV HUD notification. So players will now see a small red outline around their minimap when they are under the influence of enemy UAV in order to help better understand when they may be visible. So before, when an enemy called in the UAV, it only said it once, enemy UAV, but if they called it in and then moved into your area, you didn't know what's happening. Now you know, if you check out your minimap and there's a red outline, and then you know you're under UAV. That'll help, with the howdy no, blah 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 scenarios going on. So that's pretty interesting. That's cool. I like that one. Nice W there. Auto equip durable gas mask. Players will now auto equip the durable gas mask over the regular gas mask by default. Players can still equip a regular gas mask over an equipped durable in the backpack. Redeploy drone ping. The location of the ping icon for the redeployed drone has been moved to the bottom of the ascender to improve player navigation. Okay. Death location highlight. The player's death skull icon appears upon redeployment and remains visible until the player has landed. That's cool. Sometimes it does disappear and I don't know where I died. When the player has landed, the death icon will stay for an extra 10 seconds if the player landed near the death icon. Interesting. Lootable grenade visibility. Loadout markers and smoke grenades are now easier to spot as ground loot. They are now upright and slightly elevated from the ground. This will now match the behavior of deployable buy station grenades when they are on the ground. So that's going to look all pretty much similar. It's a nice improvement there. Auto-equip stowed kill streaks. Players now auto-equip the next available kill streak that is stowed in the backpack if a matching one is found. So that's pretty interesting. You can just stack them. You don't have to bring up your backpack and re-equip it. It's just going to keep them flowing, especially if you have like UAVs stacked in there. The live ping phase. While players are aiming down sights, live enemy pings will now fade away. So you get your teammate and they're pinging people and it's just red all the time. There's red everywhere. I don't know which one it is. Now they will slowly fade away as it goes in. So that is good. That's a nice W. And the stowed equipment perk pack. Players can now stow their equipped perk pack. Cool. Battle Royale Urzikstan. So this is just for, big map. The buy station has been shuffled, so those aren't always going to be where they used to be now. So you have to, rememorize where buy stations are going to be. The Gulag loadouts have been changed. The item drop decreased the chance of a portable radar and a suppression mine appears in ground loot by 30%, so you won't see as much of them. That stinks. I like my portable radars. The Champions Quest progress will reset at the launch of Season 2. Defuse time decreased to 10 seconds, down from 15. So it used to be 10 in Al Mazrah, and so it's now back to 10. The chopper health is increased by 10%, and the order of elements has changed for beryllium, tritinium, and plutonium. Resurgence all maps. The Gulag token has been removed from Resurgence loot tables. Finally, it took a whole season for them just to take that out. I found that comical. And then the dynamic fog system. The fog will now only be present in 8% of games. It was 24%. And then loot density. In the smaller or more dense POIs, the loot density has decreased. Very cool, very cool. So here we are. So they did do a change to the item, the ADS idle sway. While a player is aimed down sights, idle sway is active. The mechanic discourages players from holding their sights for an extended period of time. ADS idle sway now initiates shortly after aiming down sights rather than immediately, introducing a delay of the sway curve that is generally 5 milliseconds long, but varies by weapon. This does not sniper rifles are not included in this change, so you still get the sway of the scope. After the initial delay, ADS idle sway now gradually increases over 3 seconds period before they're reaching the peak speed. Again, doesn't go for snipers. Snipers still gets the sway. And then the idle AS now consistently begins from the position of the player's hip fire crosshair rather than along the sway curve. Very cool, very cool. And then the hip fire crosshair sway is similar. The trajectory of a weapon bullet is presented by the hip fire crosshair position on the player's screen. Previously, the crosshair was influenced by the direction of the weapon, causing the firing direction to deviate from the center of the screen. So they basically put everything back down in the center of the screen. Very awesome, very cool. Let's see. Then the new weapons, we're going to get the BP-50, which is an assault rifle, 5.56 assault rifle, and the battle pass, and the Ram 9 submachine gun, which is also in the battle pass. So that's pretty awesome. And then in season, we're going to get the Subverter Battle Rifle, which is the 7.62. And then we're going to get a Soul Render melee weapon, what looks to be a sword. Nice. A ceremonial blade capable of razor sharp cuts and deadly melee action in close quarter combat. So that's going to be cool. And that is also in season. And then, of course, there's a handful of attachments coming in. And we'll just look real quick at some of these. And you're going to get a Tyrant 7.62 kit. I think that's this week for the longbow sniper rifle. And then the Limb Ripper, which is the underbarrel chainsaw. Maglift kit for the Haymaker. Another optic. And some other things that are just coming in season here. We're going to get the Jack Outlaw in season battle rifle kit. A Jack Burnout kit for the Holger 26. And the Jack Backsaw kit, which is for the Holger 5.56. And then they've made some, adjustments just overall. We reduced the recoil on all weapons while using them in tac stance. So that's pretty interesting for any weapon that you would use in tac stance. I'm not sure who voluntarily uses that, but sometimes it comes in handy. Looks like the Ram 7 got somewhat of a nerf. The mid damage reduced to 24 from 28. And then mid damage reduced, the min damage reduced from 22 from 25. So they did get a little bit of a nerf. The MCW looked like a nerf for the ADS and the sprint to fire times. The Holger 5.56 looks like it got a little bit of a nerf for the increased aim down sight time from 270 up from 260. So the ADS times took a hit there on those guns. The TR-76 looks like it got a modifier, headshot damage modifier reduced from 1.25 from 1.3, but it did get a buff for the upper torso damage modifier and the arm and hand damage modifier. The battle rifles, the BASB, looks like it got max damage reduced from 30 down from 35. It got another ADS and hipfire spread. Increased hipfire spread minimum. Increased aim down sight time. So increased sprint to fire time also. So that looked like that got from 252 up from 231. Increased sprint to fire time to 252 milliseconds up from 231. So actually that sounds like that's a buff. So I don't know if this gun's going to be good anymore. The MTZ 7.62 semi-auto damage override has been removed. The weapon now does the same damage in semi-auto as it does in automatic. The Sidewinder increased bullet velocity to 600 milliseconds up from 540. Decreased recoil and gun kick significantly. So this might be a good gun to go to again. I mean, sometimes when I found on the gun, I've been able to kill quite a few people. So that's a good gun. I mean, I'm not going to say it's a good gun, but it could be a good gun. The SMG, the HRM9, max damage range reduced to 12.9 down from 16.5. So that sounds like that got a little bit of a nerf, maybe. Not maybe a little bit. It got nerfed. And then the WSP9, the Swarm got max damage increased 18 millimeter up from 16.5. Near mid damage range increased. Decreased aim down sight team 220 up down from 240. So this bad boy, the Swarm, looks like it's going to be back in action again. Shotguns look like they got nerfed all the way across the board. Max damage range decreased, max decreased. Increased sprint to fire time penalty for most of these guns. Dragon's Breath looks like it got decreased. So the shotguns, unfortunately, look like they took a hit. The Polymont looks like near mid damage set to 32. New variable. Near mid damage range set to 38. New variable. Min damage reduced to 30, down from 34. So it looks like that got when it just comes to this type of kit that you use with it, it looks like that kind of got nerfed a little bit. The new TAC of Oliver does max damage increase from 34 to 36. So this looks like it kind of got buffed out. So we've seen some of that. Increase the sprint to fire time from 252 milliseconds up from 210. So the Eradicator looks like some of the sprint to fire time got um, nerfed, and then the Icarus got a little bit of a buff. So they look like they're trying to work a little bit on the LMGs there. The marksman rifles decrease headshot multiplier and increase multiplier. Decreased headshot multiplier for the KVD Enforcer down from 1.48, so that looks like that got nerfed. The MTZ Interceptor increased sprint to fire time, increased aim down sight time. The 280 decreased neck multiplier, so that got nerfed. The MCW 6.8 decreased aim down sight time to 245 seconds. So that looks like that got a little bit of a decreased bullet velocity. So that got worked on. That looks like they got a little bit even Steven there. Jeez, man, they just put a lot of stuff in here. The sniper rifles, XRK, now one shot downs to the head within its max damage range. Max damage range increased to 50.8 meters. So it one shots down people, but max damage range increased to 50 meters. So it's but only 50 meters? Okay. The longbow mid damage reduced to 73 from 75. Decreased aim down sight time 520 down from 550. So signal 50. It looks like they didn't touch. They didn't touch the cat at all. So that gun's probably still up in it. The handguns, the Renetti Jack first reduced movement speed penalties by 50%. The Stinger max damage increased 24. Near mid damage increased, min damage increased. So the Stinger might actually be a good go-to automatic pistol if you like that type of stuff. And then the melee, all the melee weapons look like you got decreased lunge distance by 30%. So shotguns, melee weapons, they really targeted me here. I feel targeted. I'm going to go to X. I'm going to complain, and nothing's going to happen. But I feel targeted here because I use all that stuff. And then the adjusted attachments for the Jack BFB muzzle, decreased gun kick control benefit. So I don't use this thing as much, but it looks like they decreased the gun kick control, decreased vertical recoil control benefits, increased aim down sight time penalty. So I'm not sure. Added 18% bullet velocity penalty. So perks, several perk descriptions have been updated for clarity. Flex perk revised audio levels while clipped. Irradiated will now reduce gas damage by 20% up from 10%. Allows players to replace armor plates while in the gas. Very cool, very interesting. I haven't actually used that one yet. Battle Hardened will now show the resist icon for the killstreak owner when a player resists a guardian. Quick Fix. Quick Fix will now correctly begin regenerating health when the player inserts an armor plate. Shrouded, the deployed smoke grenade has a slight randomized offset so that it is not deployed directly on top of the player. So basically, if you did down somebody with that, you kind of knew just to shoot in the middle of all that and you get them. Now it could be offset left, right, or whatever. Okay, adjusted equipment. The Claymore. Following the related bug fix, players can expect the following damage values from Claymores. Close range 170, far damage 100. C4 throw velocity increased. So you can throw a little bit further now. The charge can now be thrown between 5 millimeters to 15 millimeters based on the type of throw. Very cool. The breacher drone close damage decreased from 175 down from 200. So they kind of that one sounds like it got a little bit of a nerf. And then the frag grenade close damage increased to 275 up from 250. Mid damage increased to 200. So the frag grenade got a buff. Pretty cool. Gas mask health reduced to 100 down from 120. Durable gas mask health reduced to 200 down from 240. So it sounds like the gas mask isn't going to keep you You're not gonna be able to gas too much, so I'm not sure what's up with that. And then it's just the common bugs that they did fix. So this is all basically for Warzone. Hope you found it useful, helpful, and I will catch you guys in season. Peace out, bye.